Great Teacher Onizuka, officially abbreviated as GTO, is a Japanese shonen manga written and illustrated by Tohru Fujisawa. It was originally serialized in Weekly Shōnen Magazine from May 1997 to April 2002. The story focuses on 22-year-old ex-bōsōzoku member Eikichi Onizuka, who becomes a teacher at a private middle school, Holy Forest Academy, in Tokyo, Japan. It won the 1998 Kodansha Manga Award for Shonen and is a continuation of Tohru Fujisawa's other manga series Shonan Junai Gumi and Bad Company, both of which focus on the life of Onizuka before he becomes a teacher in Great Teacher Onizuka. Due to the popularity of the manga, several adaptations of GTO were established. These adaptations include a 12-episode Japanese television drama running from July to September 1998. A live-action film directed by Masayuki Suzuki and released in December 1999. And a 43-episode anime television series aired in Japan by Fuji Television and Animax from June 1999 to September 2000. Both the anime and manga have been licensed in North America by Tokyopop. A second live-action series aired in Japan during 2012. Plot: Eikichi Onizuka is a 22-year-old ex-gang member and a virgin. While peeping up girls' skirts at a local shopping mall, Onizuka meets a girl who agrees to go out on a date with him. Onizuka's attempt to sleep with her fails when her current boyfriend, her teacher, shows up at the love hotel they are in and asks her to return to him. The teacher is old and unattractive, but has sufficient influence over her that she leaps from a second-story window and lands in his arms. Onizuka, upon seeing this display of a teacher's power over girls, decides to become a teacher himself. However, he earns his teaching degree, just barely, at a second-rate college. In his quest, he discovers two important things: he has a conscience and a sense of morality. This means taking advantage of impressionable schoolgirls is out, but their unusually attractive mothers are a different matter. He enjoys teaching and, most of the time, he teaches life lessons rather than the routine school work. He hates the systems of traditional education, especially when they have grown ignorant and condescending to students and their needs. With these realizations, he sets out to become the greatest teacher ever, using his own brand of philosophy and the ability to do nearly anything when under enough pressure. He is hired as a long-shot teacher by a privately operated school, in Kishijuji, to tame a class that has driven one teacher to a mysterious death, another to nervous breakdown, and one other to joining a cult. He embarks on a mission of self-discovery by breaking through to each student one by one, and helping each student to overcome their problems and learn to genuinely enjoy life. He uses methods that would be unorthodox, against the law, and also life-threatening, yet somehow, he manages to succeed to educate and open up his students. Production: when writing GTO, Fujisawa was influenced by the writing style of Onizuka. The series was originally intended to run for 10 volumes, however it was extended at the request of the publisher. Fujisawa began to run out of characters as a result. When faced with writing block he would write stories without Onizuka. Onizuka's first name, Eikichi, was taken from musician Eikichi Onizuka. When developing Onizuka's character for the series, Fujisawa sought to incorporate real character traits from Japanese gangs often referred to as Yankees. Onizuka's look is modeled on such gang members and was not intended to convey an American look. Onizuka acts tough and confident but is actually shy and lacking in confidence to follow through on some of his desires. He is a simple character that stands by his own reasoning and principles and has his own conscience. Fujisawa gave him the viewpoint that you should take responsibility for your actions, something he sees as important. Onizuka's role in the school is to provide a bridge between the students and teachers. The character of Fuatsuki reflects the point of view of the average teacher. Fujisawa highlights his own school experience where teachers were mostly focused only on a good performance record rather than the teaching itself. However, he was able to take an interest in mathematics because of the approach of his teacher. He used this experience to build the series. Media, manga. The series was published in Weekly Shōnen Magazine from 1997 until 2002. A total of 25 volumes were published between May 14, 1997 and April 15, 2002. The series was licensed in English by Tokyopop and was one of Tokyopop's first releases in the authentic manga lineup of titles using the Japanese right-to-left reading style. In doing so, the artwork remained unchanged from the original compared to previous publishing methods. The 25 English volumes were published between April 23, 2002 and August 9, 2005. As of June 9, 2009, a sequel to the GTO manga was released in Kodansha's Weekly Shōnen Magazine, under the title GTO Shonen 14 Days. North American publisher Vertical Incorporated began publishing GTO Shonen 14 Days globally in English, as GTO 14 Days in Shonen beginning January 2012 and has published 9 volumes so far. Vertical will also be continuing the Shonan Junai Gumi manga series, from volume 11 onwards, as GTO, the early years starting in February 2012. A new manga series entitled GTO, Paradise Lost is scheduled to start in Young Magazine in April 2014. Live Action, a 12-episode live-action Japanese television drama adaptation directed by Masayuki Suzuki was broadcast from July 7, 1998 to September 22, 1998. The series starred Takashi Soramachi as Onizuka and had an average audience share of 28.5% with the final episode recording a rate of 35.7%. The final episode was the 8th most watched broadcast in the Kanto region during 1998. Several changes were made for the live-action adaptation. For example, Fuatsuki is an eager teacher who supports Onizuka in the manga, whereas in the live-action adaptation she initially dislikes Onizuka and wants to leave teaching to become an air hostess. A television special was broadcast on June 29, 1999. This was followed by a theatrical movie in January 2000. The film was successful at the box office, grossing a 1,320 million yen, becoming the 10th highest grossing film of the year. The movie was released in North America by Tokyo Shock on July 26, 2005. During 2012 it was announced that a new live-action series would be broadcast in Japan. The series ran from July 3, 2012 until September 11, 2012. Originally Jin Akinishi was to play the role of Onizuka, however he was forced to withdraw by his management. Instead, Akira of Japanese band Exile was selected to play Onizuka. An autumn special was broadcast on October 2, 2012, followed by a New Year's special on January 2, 2013 and a spring special on April 2, 2013. On March 22, 2014 a 4-part mini-series will air in Taiwan, before being broadcast in Japan at a later date. The mini-series places Onizuka in a Taiwanese school as part of a training program and is a joint Japan-Taiwan co-production that will contain both Japanese and Mandarin Chinese dialogue. The series has been announced for English subtitled release via the Crunchyroll streaming service. During March 2014, it was announced a new series set in Japan will air during July 2014. Anime. A 43-episode anime adaptation was produced by Studio Pierrot and was broadcast from June 30, 1999 to September 24, 2001. It was directed by Nobuyuki Abe and Horiyuki Ishido. Yoshiyuki Suga provided scripts, having also written scripts for the live-action adaptation. Tokyopop licensed the series for release in North America and released it across 10 DVDs between March 22, 2002 and September 16, 2003. The series was re-released in a 7-disc box set by Eastern Star Studios on September 24, 2013. Reception. In manga, The Complete Guide, Jason Thompson refers to the series as shameless, frequently sexist and totally hilarious. He adds the rule of the manga is that every time Onizuka does something incredibly cool and heartwarming, he must immediately do something unbelievably retarded. He praises the series for staying fresh through imagery, detailed art and pop culture dialogue even though the formula repeats itself. Lastly, he states that it approaches true social satire. He gave the series 4 stars out of 4. In the Dorama Encyclopedia, Jonathan Clements and Motoko Tamura note that the subject and humorous approach to the series was well received by the teenage audience. In the Anime Encyclopedia, a guide to Japanese animation since 1917, Jonathan Clements and Helen McCarthy noted the use of computer cloud and water effects in the anime adaptation. While appreciating the advantages of the anime adaptation allowing for more violence, they call the first live-action adaptation the quintessential GTO. References. External links: Great Teacher Onizuka at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia, Great Teacher Onizuka at the Internet Movie Database.